Have you ever felt super exhausted, but not because of work or anything you did? A kind of tired that comes from deep inside, like something's been buried there, but you don't even know what it is. It's pain, man. Pain that's been kept for too long, pushed down, piled up, until it starts changing the way you see life. And sometimes, what we call healing is actually just trying to forget that pain, not really dealing with it. We think the farther we get from the hurt, the faster we'll heal. But really, it's like pausing a game. It's not over, it's not done. And pain doesn't just disappear because you're not looking at it. It stays quiet, but it works. Behind the smile, behind the busyness, behind the "I'm fine." The problem is, a lot of people think healing means leaving. Leaving the place that hurt you, the person who left you, the memories that scream too loud in your head. But healing isn't running away, because pain doesn't stick to a place. It sticks to your mind, to your chest. You can move cities, change the vibe, even find someone new. But if you never face that pain inside, you're just bringing it along to a new place, to a new heart. The Stoics once said, "No matter where you go, you carry yourself with you." And that version of you that's still broken will keep repeating the same patterns. Not because you're stupid, but because your brain wants to feel safe. So it repeats what feels familiar, even if it hurts. Crazy, right? Our brain can be like a broken home we think is cozy, just because we've lived there too long. True healing starts when you're brave enough to face the pain, not avoid it. It's not about instantly being okay or suddenly feeling better. It's more about starting to understand why that pain exists, why it follows you everywhere. Neuroscience says the brain is more sensitive to emotional threats than physical ones. Why? Because emotions are directly tied to survival. We need to feel safe and secure. That's why, when you experience trauma, your brain instantly flags danger every time you feel vulnerable. What happens next is the brain tries to avoid that pain, even in unhealthy ways. But you can learn to take back control. You can start feeling that pain, cry, get angry, or just sit with it, without running to something else. Because the more you try to run, the more you just let that pain live inside you. Have you ever heard of the concept of post-traumatic growth? It means that after going through trauma or pain, you can actually come out stronger, more self-aware, and wiser. But that doesn't mean the trauma disappears. It's still there. You've just stopped being a slave to the pain. You gain the strength to reflect on it and learn from the experience. Philosophers like Epictetus said, "It's not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them." So, what you go through doesn't define who you are. What defines you is how you see it and how you face it. If you keep treating your pain like the enemy, you'll keep fighting a war inside yourself. Healing is a process of making peace, not winning. You're not chasing perfection. You're just learning not to carry new wounds along the way. It's so important to remember, healing isn't the end of the journey. In fact, it's a part of your journey. When you stop running, you start seeing your pain not as the enemy, but as a part of you that helped shape who you are today. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be completely healed to keep moving forward. Picture this. You can still walk far with weight on your back. You can still feel happiness even with pain inside. And when that clicks for you, you'll realize your strength doesn't come from avoiding pain, but from the courage to face it and keep going, even when it's heavy. Healing isn't perfect, and it doesn't happen overnight. But what's certain is, you can rise stronger. Not because you're untouched by pain, but because you've learned not to let it control your life. Thanks for watching all the way through. Before I sign off, I want to share something you might have been looking for. It's called the Breaking Free from Mental Illness Bundle. This digital package is designed for anyone who's ready to break free from the grip of overthinking, anxiety, and emotional burnout, deeply and completely, from conscious thought all the way down to the subconscious mind. Here's what's inside. First, you'll get a reflective and transformative ebook, an inner guidance companion, written to speak directly to the deeper parts of you. It's like hearing from a wiser, stronger, more aware version of yourself. Blending philosophy, neuroscience, and modern psychology. This book gives you 7 core keys to rise from mental chaos. Not just theory. These are deep, guided reflections to help you reset and rebuild your mindset from the inside out. Next, you'll receive 7 brain booster audios with targeted affirmations. These audio tracks are carefully designed with different brainwave patterns to help reprogram your subconscious mind. Each one includes affirmations chosen with proven, psychologically backed phrasing, so your mind can absorb the messages effortlessly. They're perfect to listen to while you're drifting off to sleep, your brain's prime time for rewiring. This program is for you if you've been stuck in a loop of overthinking or negative self-talk, struggling with emotional wounds and scattered thoughts, looking for something that actually reaches your core. This isn't a quick fix, but it is the beginning of a real, lasting shift. Back to your grounded, authentic self. If this speaks to you, the link's in the description or in the official account bio.